What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Monday, April 13th. These picks apply for the FanDuel simulated slates. And at the end of this video, I'll give you a few DraftKings picks for their simulated showdown slates. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, real quick for those who don't know how these simulated slates work on FanDuel, everything works the same. You build a full lineup using the players available in the slate. The only difference is the fantasy points each player scores is a fantasy score from any game that player has played so far this year. Only players with at least 15 games played are in the player pool. Pretty simple, they just take a score at random from previous games that player has played, and that's it. So knowing how that works, we've added some tools to Draft Dashboard so you can see all the possible outcomes of scores from each player, and we show the percent chance that the player has to score in each point range. So pretty handy. You can hover over the Sim Scores button and see right here exactly what scores this player can get for this contest. It will be one of these at random. And then you can see what percent chance they have to score in these point ranges. Okay guys, remember, we have a daily cheat sheet for League of Legends, and you can access that using the LOL tab at the top of the site. And we're going to try to get you a League of Legends optimizer in there soon. Just hang in there. We're working on it. Okay, let's get into these picks. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Markelle Fultz, projected at 26.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 5,100 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 6% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 69% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He only needs 25 fantasy points to get you 5 times value, so keep that in mind. And then a 22% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 3% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So this guy's got like a 70+% chance to score 5 times value or more. So I like Markelle Fultz here at 5,100 FanDuel salary. Okay, and the stud that I like at the point guard position is Kyrie Irving, projected at 46.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.9 times value. He's 9,500 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. He has a 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, so that's great. He has a 10% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 45% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 15% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and the reason why I like this pick, he has a 30% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more, so I love that upside. 1 out of 3 times he's going to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Kyrie Irving here at 9,500 FanDuel salary. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Josh Richardson, projected at 25.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 4,800 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 20% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 41% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, and a 39% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, which would be over 6 times value. So I like Josh Richardson here at 4,800 FanDuel salary. And the shooting guard stud that I like is D'Angelo Russell, projected at 38.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 7,500 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. Just a 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 20% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 47% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 29% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 2% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like D'Angelo Russell here at 7,500 FanDuel salary. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Tobias Harris, projected at 34.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's 6,700 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at these sim scores. A 5% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 31% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 51% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 14% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So that's a 65% chance for him to score 30 fantasy points or more and get you near 5 times value or more. So I like Tobias Harris here at 6,700 FanDuel salary. And another small forward that I like is Jalen Brown, projected at 33.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 6,500 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. Just a 2% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 29% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 59% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 10% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So that's a 69% chance to score 30 fantasy points or more and get you near 5 times value or more. So I like Jalen Brown here at 6,500 FanDuel salary. Okay, who do we have at the power forward position? I like Aaron Gordon, projected at 31.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.1 times value. He's 6,300 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 5% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 41% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 41% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 12% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So that's a 53% chance for him to score 30 fantasy points or more and get you 5 times value or more. So I like Aaron Gordon here at 6,300 FanDuel salary. And the stud that I like at power forward, you got to jam this guy into your lineup. I like Kawhi Leonard, projected at 47.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's 9,600 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 0% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 49% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 37% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 14% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So this guy has 0 low-end risk. It's a safe play with a lot of upside. So I like Kawhi Leonard here at 9,600 FanDuel salary. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. So look, guys, I know there's not a lot of sports playing right now, but we are posting a daily cheat sheet for esports for the League of Legends contests, and we just added these new DFS tools for the NBA simulated slates. We're going to be updating our tools to help you pick the best players for these sim sports, and I think these tools are going to give you a big advantage. There's no human element here. This is a stats game. This is a math problem. This is where our tools can really help you identify the numbers, the percent chance these players are going to score within these point ranges, so you know what you're getting into with each pick. Okay, moving on to the center position. I'm going to give you a value play here. I like Cody Zeller, projected at 23.9 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 4,500 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. Just a 17% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 60% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. He only needs about 20 fantasy points to hit 5 times value, and then a 19% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 3% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you're looking at near 80% chance to get you 5 times value or more. So I like Cody Zeller here at 4,500 FanDuel salary. And the stud that I like at center is Joel Embiid, projected at 45.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.8 times value. He's 9,600 FanDuel salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 5% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 7% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 39% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, a 36% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points, and a 14% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like Joel Embiid here at 9,600 FanDuel salary. Okay, let's take a quick look at the DraftKings showdown between the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets. So I like to start off by giving you the best value play on the slate. There's not a lot of good value in the real low end. They all have way too high risk of scoring 15 fantasy points or more. So I would skip the minimum salary players and go with a guy like Elfrid Payton for 5,000 DraftKings salary. He's projected at 29.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6 times value. Let's take a look at his sim scores. An 11% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less, a 36% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points, a 47% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points, and a 7% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. He looks to be the best play on the slate here. And an even bigger value play here is Garrett Temple at 3,800 DraftKings salary. He's projected at 21.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.7 times value. This is going to be your main value play if you want to jam in those studs. If you want to go more mid-range, go with Elfrid Payton or Elfrid Payton and Garrett Temple, and then you'll have plenty of salary for whoever you want. The other players that I like are RJ Barrett, Kyrie Irving. He's the stud to play here at 10,600 salary. Put him as your captain. And then Mitchell Robinson, Karis LeVert, Julius Randle, DeAndre Jordan, and Spencer Dinwiddie if you have the salary. But be careful here. Spencer Dinwiddie is 10,000 DraftKings salary, and Kyrie Irving is 10,600. For only 600 more, Kyrie Irving has a 30% chance of getting you 60 fantasy points or more, where Spencer Dinwiddie only has a 2% chance of getting you 60 fantasy points or more. So if you're going to play an expensive captain here, it's got to be Kyrie Irving. Don't bite on Spencer Dinwiddie as your captain. So those are my picks for this DraftKings showdown.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second. and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos, and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate, so you can come on in and check that out.